Beyond Borders is a collection of short stories, a work of creative non-fiction, largely memoir. It concludes as we enter the third decade of the 21st century, a time when borders are even more rigid than they have been for some time because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Set in Australia and Asia, it begins in 2002, long after my childhood, with a story about children in Australian immigration detention. I chose this story because the children's experience contrasts so markedly with my own, and the children that speak from this story tell a tale that I couldn't have imagined in my own childhood. The next story, 70 Years On, is a reflection on my own childhood. From this point, the collection is largely chronological, although it does cross temporal boundaries, so it's not a linear chronology. Rather than produce a simple book, I decided on this occasion to produce a multimedia work. My sense is that books, as I've known them, are becoming less and less common, and ebooks are becoming more common. So this book combines text, photo galleries, freestanding photos, video, some audio files and music, and an audio track for each of the stories in the book. Beyond this work, there's a dedicated platform of resources and backstories, particularly for those people that don't like stories that leave them hanging. So these stories have been a long time in the making. And I must observe that borders have long been with us, but for numerous reasons are not always easy to discern. Their locations and porosity vary over time. Leaving Australia in 1972, for example, I crossed as many as 26 ancient borders on my trip from Sydney to Perth to catch a boat to Singapore. It took me years to work this out. I thank my Indigenous friends for helping me on this journey. Just as there are physical borders, there are also temporal and disciplinary borders, and I hope my book crosses many of those so that you have an interdisciplinary experience when you read it. Thank you.